it's like couples that want to stay together, so they avoid each other a lot, right? They don't have any meaningful conversation,
Right.
because they don't want to surface anything that'll be too difficult to deal with. So it's a lot of times it's that kind of feeling when you go to Hisbodedus.
You said like the songs sometimes just come to you without even going through your head. How do you keep your like instrument like fluid and clean and pure, so like when the song comes to you, it can just come out? Do you have like a practice or I assume it's like religious a little bit, but
I'm really figuring it out. First of all, I don't like the word religious that much in this context, because music can't be a religious thing once it's,
Can
once
or cannot?
it cannot, because it's, by definition, it needs to be way beyond any kind of category, like I'm this religion, I'm that religion.
Transcend those different things.
Beyond
it's
all
universal.
things.
Beyond all things.
there's no thing. There's nothing happening.
I love that.
Exactly. As long as you're saying it, it's.
You're saying it must remain universal in a sense. It's not particular or confined.
Yeah.
Oh no, well I know that. I just mean like your daily practice of like.
So ideally, I try to. It's basically Reb Nachman's advice. That's basically my practice. It's 1 hour a day, just being alone, ideally outside.
You do an hour a
at
day.
night. Wow, the past year I've been terrible at it.
Yeah.
But before that, I would do an hour
Why?
at
Stuff
night.
been going on in Israel or whatever? Yeah.
It's actually not because of that. It's more
just-
because actually after the 7th of October,
Yeah.
I had a really good streak of like, waking up in midnight, going out to the
Really?
desert. I live on the edge of the desert. So, and just davening and that's great for creativity, just being with yourself. And it's the easiest thing in the world. And it's the most difficult thing in the world at the same time. It's crazy. Just being alone with yourself with no distractions.
I've been trying. I've never been able to do it consistently for more than a few minutes.
It's
very, very
really
difficult.
Be
tough.
alone with yourself?
Yeah, to do like Breslov calls it Hisbodedus,
Meditative
but like
practice?
just setting aside even 5 minutes a day to just be by yourself
Yeah.
is extremely difficult.
And the thing
I
is
found.
also, it's only difficult when you do it through Reb Nachman's kind of version. Because if I try to meditate or something like that, I have no problem. But just the way Reb Nachman asks me to do it, if I do it for Reb Nachman, it's difficult. And Reb Nachman actually said this to his students. He said, anything I tell you to do will be really difficult to do.
What's particularly difficult with that versus other kind of meditative practices?
So practically nothing. It's just the fact that you're doing it for Reb Nachman, or because Reb Nachman said, it becomes difficult.
I mean, like, it's not difficult to like. It's difficult to like literally make the time for it. Like your alarm will go off, it'll be in your calendar, but like then you find an excuse.
Have you tried
whatever
Headspace?
it is? No, but it's not meditation.
It's not meditation.
It's not meditation. No.
So what goes on? Just to be alone and see who you
so
encounter
tell us.
in the Creek.
So it's basically going to meet God. It's a date.
Yeah.
You go out and figure it out. But it's like avoiding, it's like couples that want to stay together, so they avoid each other a lot, right? They don't have any meaningful conversation,
Right.
because they don't want to surface anything that'll be too difficult to deal with. So it's a lot of times it's that kind of feeling when you go to Hisbodedus, which is the practice of going out for an hour and praying.
It's like a
in
confrontation
freestyle.
with what you have to. It's confronting.
Yeah, and the fact that there's no
Not
real
confrontation in
boundary.
a bad way, but confronting
Yep.
you
Being alive,
in
the
the
fact that
presence
you're
of God.
alive
Yeah.
today. And
Yeah,
confronting.
and you need to accept the option that maybe that you don't know what's going to happen. Like you're going out and maybe you'll just be quiet for a year now, just an hour a day, and you'll have nothing to say. That could be, and so be it if that's what it needs to be. Or maybe I'll say the same thing over and over again for a year. And maybe I'll go out and I'll be inspired and feel a deep connection. But a lot of times it's not like that. And it's so that's one practice that I desperately fight for my life to do, but it's really easy and really difficult at the same time. I try to dance half an hour a day, which is very important.
Dance?
Yeah, just
Go on
put on music and close the blinds
and dance.
and go freestyle, because
Are you a good dancer? Is that something you like?
I'm decent.
Yeah.
I think so.
with your kids, by yourself, with
Every day is different, Sometimes I feel like being alone. Sometimes I feel like my kids need some uplifting. So
what are you
we go
listening
together.
to?
I used to listen to like pop music.
Gangster hip hop.
No, not that much. That sounds like something I would listen to, but
It's a Slim Shady thing. It's not gangster hip hop, but it's.
but
He's killing it with the new stuff. It's crazy. Have you listened to some of the new?
I heard
stuff?
the new song.
It's crazy.
It's better than the stuff has been for a while.
You saw the Chris D'Elia thing on him.
No,
Anyway,
that is it.
the dancing. Have you always been into dance as an art form? Like, or is it just like, what does this look like when you're dancing?
for short periods, like when
I've always been appealed by dancing. I don't talk about it much, but like,
Dude, I don't think I've ever seen you dance.
oh my God, Michael, it's magical.
is
just as important as Hisbodedus to me.
Then a manicure and wax and maintenance. Yeah.
It's a Breslov thing, by the way. Like
to dance.
To dance half an hour a day on the
Wow.
clock.
Amazing.
And
No, I know these things exist, but I don't have friends who do them really every day.
Yeah.
These
So it's-
regimens.
Yeah.
So, and it's more of a, you don't have to know how to dance, just like you don't have to know how to do Hisbodedus. It's funny because all these things, when somebody comes and tells you, well, somebody will come and tell me, oh, I do Hisbodedus all the time. I know I'm the best at it. So I know that he's never really done Hisbodedus. Like he does it on the way to work or whatever. But if you talk to somebody who's actually doing the hardcore, like getting up at midnight, going out to the field, he'll tell you, I don't know how to do Hisbodedus.
Yeah.
I'm just starting.
It's like the guy who's like, I'm not angry anymore. I have no anger left. I have no anger left. I've gotten over all my anger issues.
Yeah, right.
Until they get married and they find out that.
Yeah, dude. You're
I wanted to ask Shmuel about like the current scene in Israel.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. If you've made it this far, we want to let you know that Ami's House is now on Patreon. We love doing extra content, bonus footage with every episode. The best way to support us is to head on over to Patreon, become a guest, and support the show for $5 a month.
If you like watching Ami cut me off, Patreon is a
Patreon.com/Ami's House for bonus content. Thanks so much for your support and become a guest.